man.
The latest timeline on a rainy, snowy Saturday, who could see some accumulation?
Wheels up for the New England Patriots. They're en route to Denver for the AFC Championship game.
I'm so excited for the Patriots to win. Go Patriots!
Fans, young and old, shared their excitement.
Plus, running for help, a woman violently carjacked in Boston escapes from her attacker.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 5 starts right now.
Breaking news in Arlington, 2 bank robbers in custody tonight after police opened fire and stopped their escape. Good evening, everyone. I'm Paula Evans.
And I'm Jonathan Elias. Good to have you along this evening. The clean getaway came to an abrupt halt after a very short chase. Just before 3 o'clock this afternoon, police say the men robbed the Leader Bank on Mass Ave in Arlington, then they took off. Officers caught up with the crooks just a few blocks away near the intersection of Melrose and Brooks. Beth Germano is joining us live on the scene right now in Arlington with more. Beth?
Jonathan, certainly a very dangerous situation for this Arlington neighborhood as the police pursuit of these suspects ended here. If you take a look behind me, you can still see that police are examining a Jeep, the getaway vehicle that they were able to corner in this neighborhood. Now, as you indicated, all started a couple of blocks away on Mass Avenue at the Leader Bank. The armed men went in, say police, and they were able to get away with some money. Workers were able to think quickly, give police a very good description of the suspects, and police arrived very quickly on the scene. They saw the vehicle and they pursued it through a few streets, ending here. They even passed a playground throughout all this where school had just let out, and now the police chief describes how the shots were fired.
Our officers spotted the suspect vehicle, engaged it in a pursuit. Shortly thereafter, they were able to get it stopped here on Brooks Ave. The officers confronted those armed individuals, and shots were fired. One suspect is hospitalized in Mass General Hospital in serious condition. The Arlington police officer was also hospitalized, although he's not been shot.
There were a bunch of kids playing, just like they do every day, and we heard about, I'd say, 10 pops in a row. I thought it was firecrackers. And then in about 3 seconds later, we saw many cop cars coming very, very quickly, and we knew something was wrong, and one of the mothers started herding the kids into the school.
Now, that officer who was involved in this is hospitalized, being treated for stress, and the second suspect here is now in custody. Police say this is a very fluid situation. They won't describe it yet as a shootout. They are still trying to determine who fired the first shot, but according to the police chief, one of the suspects did show a weapon to the officers. Police are being given a lot of credit for their quick movement here to keep this neighborhood safe. This neighborhood is still in lockdown right now as they continue to examine this vehicle. Reporting live from Arlington, I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News. Back to you.
All right, Beth, thanks very much. Hope everybody got a chance to get outside today. What a gorgeous day we had, but a big change just around the corner. Weather, we understand, is returning with a vengeance.
Some of us will see snow. Meteorologist Barry Burbank is here with a first look at your AccuWeather forecast. That gets our attention, Barry.
It certainly does. We haven't had it in a while, and it looks like we are going to get some during tomorrow, Paula. Right now, 42, so it doesn't feel like snow today. It hasn't felt that way all afternoon, mid-40s, but it's starting to fall back farther north and west. And there won't be anything happening this evening, so if you're going out, you're in okay shape. Snow and rain won't happen until the early morning hours. It gets down to 30 to 35 at that point. By 7 o'clock in the morning, it'll be raining, but not too far to the northwest. We have snow from north-central Massachusetts northward. It'll stay mostly as snow there, but mostly rain along the coast. So how much will we get out of this? It looks like we're going to have probably just a coating to an inch farther northwest of Boston and the 128 area, but maybe 1 or 2 inches, possibly 3 in extreme northern Worcester County, and 3 to 6 inches beyond that through central New Hampshire, and maybe more than that in southwestern portions of Maine. It'll be all winding down tomorrow afternoon. The rest of my forecast is coming right up.
Barry, we'll see you in a few things. Hey, WBZ is your official Patriots station, and we now are less than 48 hours away from kickoff. The Patriots are in the air right now en route to Denver for a AFC Championship game. Perhaps you've heard of it. This is video of the team buses as they were heading out this afternoon from Gillette. And at about the same time, the Pats headed for the airport. Hundreds of Broncos fans got together to rally for their team and cheer their players on. A trip to the Super Bowl, as you know, is on the line.
Players are ready to get on the field. Excitement's building here. Friday night, we have live team coverage for you with Reid at Gillette Stadium, Jim Armstrong and Michael Rosenfield covering the fans, and Dan Roche and Steve Burton in Colorado. So let's start with Steve live at the Broncos training facility in Englewood. Hi, Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you very much. And look who just happened to walk out
on the Broncos training facility. Yes, Jim Nance will be calling the game here on CBS, and you know, this never gets old. Another Patriots game, another AFC championship.
You know, this is, and I've been fortunate enough to be around a few of these. This one feels maybe bigger than anyone I've ever been around. I have to say, it's off the charts, gigantic. We've been with the Broncos all day here at their facility, as you have, Steve, and then we're heading over to catch up with the Patriots when they arrive tonight. We'll have our equal time there with Coach Belichick and the rest of the team.
How would you compare the two quarterbacks? Brady, Manning, everybody's talking about all that.
I know. You know, these guys, there's a lot of respect. There's more of a friendship there, by the way, than people really know. You know, they played some golf together. You know, the wives know one another. There's tremendous respect, and I think they both realize that, like all the rivalries do, they know they're going to be forever linked with one another. You know, someday when the playing days are over, they will still always be tied together. So you have to, like, really understand that, you know, this guy's kind of a part of my story, too. Like Nicholas and Palmer are together, and Ali and Frazier. Brady and Manning, same thing.
Would you call this Belichick's best coaching year?
No question. No question. I've done a lot of the Patriot games this year, and just, you know, looking at personnel and the amount of people they've lost, it's amazing what they've done. Incredible performance by that team and by Coach Belichick.
Okay, Jim Nance.
Thank you, my friend.
Great job.
Always good to see you. Were we just live?
We were just live.
Oh my God.
Going back to Boston, man.
I don't normally do live, but thank you. All the best. See you guys on Sunday on CBS.
There you go. Does it get better than him? Absolutely not. All right, Levan Reid has a story from the Patriots side of things. Here's Levan. Guys?
One last practice for the Pats this morning in Foxborough before heading to Denver this afternoon. And they couldn't wait to get on the plane.
It was almost 48 hours to the game, so there's nothing else really going on in our lives other than football at this point.
Of course, you know, you're excited, and you know, it's the AFC Championship game, so definitely excited.
The Pats should be excited because they've overcome many obstacles to get to this point. Now stand just one win away from going back to the Super Bowl.
So, you know, there's one task at hand, and I'm sure you guys know what that is, you know, and, you know, it starts here today, and hopefully it continue after Sunday's game.
You know, it's a great opportunity. It's what we worked all year for, playing games like this, so sure we get everybody's best effort, show up at Denver's, and, you know, hopefully we can go out there and play our best football of the year on Sunday. That's our goal.
And if the Pats do that, they'll have a chance at their ultimate goal, bringing home the Lombardi Trophy. On the Patriots, I'm Levan Reid, WBZ Sports.
All right, Levan, linebacker Steve Boharnis is out with an illness. Of course, he's not going to play on Sunday anyway for the Patriots. Joining me now is Dan Roche, and you've been here pretty much all week.
Yeah, you know, the one thing, having it here, Steve, they haven't played the AFC Championship game on the road, the Patriots, since 2006. So a lot of intangibles perhaps favor the Broncos. Home field advantage, as well as the fans, and maybe even the mile-high air. Yeah, let's explore that possibility. All the Broncos were on the practice field today here in Englewood, Colorado. Now, Denver has lost only one home game all season long, and it's said that opposing players have a hard time adjusting to that mile-high altitude here. The air is thinner, but is that true or just a myth?
Honestly, the altitude does play a difference, but after you played a couple quarters and blew your lungs out a little bit, you're usually good after that. But you have to get through that first initial surge. So hopefully we can have the lead before that surge comes.
It's definitely a plus to be able to stay home and play here and have the altitude a little bit and see how they handle that. But at the same time, it's still the game.
Now, receiver Demaryius Thomas, a big-time player, was the only Bronco listed as probable or limited at practice today. He's got a calf injury, but I expect him to play. They are pretty healthy except for their quarterback, Chris Harris. So, Steve, we'll see. I know it's affected me being here for 3 days. I have a hard time breathing, but maybe that's just an anticipation of what's to come on Sunday.
Of course, everybody is just on pins and needles right now. All right, so that's the story. We're going to wait for the Patriots to get here. In the meantime, let's go back to Jonathan and Paula.
Steve, don't worry about Danny. He's always short of breath. It's just one of those things. Thanks a lot, guys. You know, some fans spent the entire day at Gillette Stadium waiting to wish the Patriots well. The buses left Foxborough. They headed to Logan about 3 o'clock this afternoon. And Bronco fans, they won't be rolling out the welcome mats for the Pats. In fact, the front page of the sports section in Denver Post read, "Go home, Chowderheads." Really? That's the best you got? Jim Armstrong joining us live at Gillette Stadium, and I've got to believe that mile-high air just doesn't really create the creative juices for those headlines, because that one's weak.
Chowderheads?
Really?
That's not cool at all. Like, well, so here's the thing. If Denver was known for anything, sort of cultural or interesting or anything, we could make fun of them, but it's kind of a wasteland out there. So let's just say go Pats.
I had the day off. Came to cheer on my team.
You're only going to get a glimpse of a bus, though. That's okay?
That's okay. I have the day off. It's beautiful.
You couldn't exactly see the team, but fans say this was still a pretty cool experience.
So exciting. It was really exciting. I didn't see anybody in particular, but I saw a few people wave. So just to cheer them on and know that, let them know we're here for them is really awesome.
A caravan of buses left Gillette Stadium loaded with players, coaches, and support staff. They're headed to Logan just after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Final stop, of course, Denver, Colorado.
I like them because they're in New England in our hometown, so yeah.
It was awesome. I love my Patriots. I can't wait. We're going to win. We're going to win.
Send-off wasn't gigantic, as you could tell, but that's sort of by design. The team had everybody load up in the buses inside the stadium, so we couldn't really see any of the players. If there's a reason for us to make another road trip in the near future, you could bet the team probably will make a bigger deal out of it. Live at Gillette, Jim Armstrong, WBZ News. Paula?
Oh, it is on, Jim, when you call them a cultural wasteland. You love your trash talk.
Look it up!
Expect the tweets. All right, Jim Armstrong, we appreciate it. Thanks so much. And some of the Pats' youngest fans are pumped about Sunday's game. Michael Rosenfield visited Parker Elementary School in Billerica, where Patriots fever was sweeping through the school.
Parker Elementary sure does love the Patriots. From the gym to the cafeteria, it was unbridled enthusiasm today.
I'm excited, so excited! I hope the Patriots win! I always watch the Patriots games. I'm so excited for the Patriots to win! Go Patriots!
The school likes to have sports-themed Fridays, and whenever there's a big game ahead, they go all out.
It's events like this that really allow us to bring joy, excitement, enthusiasm into school, and it really boosts school spirit.
Kindergartners made headgear, first graders made designs, and everyone has a plan.
These masters were watching the football game.
Although not everybody is sure they'll be able to watch the whole game.
But I don't think my parents are going to let me stay up late.
The Patriots are going to crush the Broncos, and it's going to be like, oh, awesome, and Walker's going to choke at the end of the game.
I'm going to watch with my dad, too. And my mom. I'm going to do this with me. I'm going to watch the Patriots game with my dad. I'm going to watch Patriots with no one.
These little Patriots are pumped. Hopefully they'll have some energy left for Sunday.
We couldn't find any Patriot shirt, so I had to wear my dad's, but I still think the Patriots are going to win. Let's go Patriots! I'm like excited. I think they're going to win. One of the fifth grade teachers said if the Patriots win, we get Monday off! Oh yeah, and we
In Billerica, Michael Rosenfield, WBZ News.
Probably shouldn't tell it if Monday's already a holiday.
Right.
Yeah. You know, they've never known the Patriots to lose. Look at their age. They're so adorable. No problem. But we do want to see your Patriots pride. So send us your fan photos. From cute kids to pets all decked out with red, white, and blue, just go to cbsboston.com to upload your pictures, and we will share some of those with you on the air. They were adorable. WBZ is your home for the Patriots on Sunday, starting with a 90-minute special edition of Patriots Game Day. That's at 11:30. The Pats and Broncos kick it off at 3 o'clock, followed by the fifth quarter post-game show.
He said, listen to me carefully. I have your daughter. That's
Traumatized by a menacing phone call. A local mother falls for a scam that costs her thousands. The message she has for you.
Plus, the security breach at Target, even more widespread. New information about who may have been behind it.
Plus, a carjacking victim running for help. How she escaped from the man who forced his way into her vehicle.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Luna.
Right now at Luna, get an incredible 70% off carpet, hardwood, and laminate flooring.
877-241 Luna.
Due to popular demand, the bug is back at Workout World. For 8 days only, join Workout World for just $1 and only $10 a month with no commitment. Right, Steve?
selection of Toyota inventory. And then see every Toyota special offer there is, even those not seen on TV. BuyAToyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals. Love to ski but hate the drive?
Ski Bradford.
15 trails, 100% snowmaking.
Lessons for all ages.
Snack bar, rentals, large base lounge.
When your small business has the power and reliability of Verizon, you're not just ready. You're downloading huge files during the busiest part of the day, ready. Your early morning conference call with a dozen participants, ready. You're checking inventory and juggling online orders, ready. Your small business ready. So switch to Verizon and get small business ready with consistently fast, high-speed internet and reliable phone with 99.9% network reliability. Call now to get a firm price quote of your total monthly charges for 2 years from Verizon. We put it in writing up front so there are no surprises. Take the guesswork out of switching and call 1-888-610-8090 now. Get consistently fast, high-speed internet and reliable phones starting at $69.99 a month with a 2-year price guarantee. Plus, get an additional phone line included. That's 1-888-610-8090 to get internet and phone starting at $69.99 a month. Speed and reliability that makes you small business ready. That's powerful.
At GMC, one incredible idea leads to another. Like the GMC Terrain, the first small SUV with an EPA estimated 32 highway MPG. Over 100 standard features, including a standard rear vision camera and pro-grade protection, including 2 years of scheduled maintenance. Now current non-GM owners use your $500 Auto Show bonus cash to lease this 2014 GMC Terrain SLE for around $199 per month.
Due to popular demand, the bug is back at Workout World. For 8 days only, join Workout World for just $1 and only $10 a month with no commitment. Right, Steve? But hurry, sale ends January 20th at midnight only at Workout World.
More breaking news tonight. Massachusetts taxpayers must pay for a convicted murderer's sex change operation. A federal appeals court just upheld the decision. Robert Koselleck killed his wife Cheryl back in 1990. Once behind bars, he started living as a woman and calling himself Michelle. So the state opposed his request for gender reassignment surgery. A federal judge overruled that decision, and we spoke with Koselleck's attorney late this afternoon.
This decision, stands for a principle that's more important than Ms. Koselleck or treatment for gender identity disorder. It's about the right of all prisoners to have their medical needs decided by qualified medical professionals, not decided by politicians, not decided by public officials.
Prison officials had argued there are legitimate safety concerns around protecting Koselleck in prison after the surgery. Jonathan?
Well, Paula, the man accused of carjacking a woman in the Boston South End faced a judge this morning. Investigators say he forced the victim into the passenger seat, then he got behind the wheel, then crashed not once but twice. As our Bill Shields shows us, there's new video of the woman running for help.
Joel Cartagena stood quietly in court, showing little emotion, even though he's charged with carjacking and assault and battery.
The suspect grabbed her by the hair on the back of her head and forcibly threw her onto the passenger seat.
Police say yesterday afternoon, 26-year-old Tiffany Chow was getting into her car on Shaman Ave when Cartagena pushed her back in. He then forced her onto the passenger side and drove off. But a block away, he wrecked the car and Tiffany Chow took off. She ran to a nearby restaurant where you can see employees leading her inside, trying to comfort her. Victor Locho was there and said she was panic-stricken.
So we brought her in, to give her some water, see what was going on.
What was her condition like?
Like panic. She looked panic. She couldn't speak clear until she reacts a little bit, and she was like, "Oh, I was carjacked."
Paramedics came in and stabilized Chow, then took her to a hospital for treatment. She was later released, but Cartagena is being held, and he was caught by bystanders and a police officer on detail. They're the ones who chased him down.
The detail officer, Sheldon Morgan, and witness Christopher Loeb did follow and stop the suspect, later identified as the defendant.
And police say this is not the first time that Joel Cartagena has been in trouble with the law. In fact, he spent 2 years in prison for assault and battery. In the South End, I'm Bill Shields, WBZ News.
Police say before Cartagena carjacked a woman, he mugged a man in Jamaica Plain, stealing his wallet.
The massive security breach at Target could be linked to the Russian mob. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the malware code, which allowed the hackers to access all of that information for 70 million people, was written in Russian. The Department of Homeland Security says the code can cover its own tracks, so the breach could be larger than anyone ever imagined. Shoppers are advised to pay extremely close attention to all bank and credit card statements. That is not going away anytime soon.
Oh, no, and that's just the beginning, I'm sure. Sorry about the weather situation because, you know, it's such a nice day outside. So many people are out in shorts and running around, and then we understand snow is coming as soon as tomorrow.
Snow for some and cold for all.
Probably not too much snow around the city. You have to go farther north and west of the city to see that snow tomorrow. But then we have winter part 2 really coming in next week. So here we go, folks. I hope you enjoyed the last few days. They've been really great. But here we are in Boston as of 5 o'clock. It's 42 degrees. After getting into the middle 40s today, very nice day across all of the region with plenty of sunshine. Got middle 30s out there in Worcester County right now. Starting to fall off a bit, and the cool air did go all the way down to the south. It is 64 in Orlando, but I want to focus up here in Canada because we're getting Canada reloaded again with lots of Arctic air. We're going to have several intrusions or invasions of Arctic air coming right back to New England starting next week with the first Arctic front coming in here on Monday morning. So that's what we got to look forward to. We've gone through our warm spell. Now we're going right back the other way. By morning, we're going to have some rain in here in Boston. Maybe mixed with snow not too far north and west of Boston tomorrow morning by 6 or 7 o'clock. And just plain snow, wet snow across northern Massachusetts northward. This will continue through the morning hours. Mostly a snow event in extreme northern Massachusetts. It turns over to rain over northeastern Massachusetts. And then it ends in the early part of the afternoon as some showers as the storm moves quickly through the region. We'll have leftover snows going on in the northern mountains to add to the totals for you skiers and snowboarders who may be heading north for the long holiday weekend to enjoy some fresh snow. We're talking about a coating maybe up to an inch as you get outside of 495, maybe 1 to 2 inches, possibly 3 in northwestern Worcester County, 3 to 6 across much of New Hampshire, except the seacoast extending through the central part of the state, Lakes region, and more than 6 inches possible in parts of southern Maine. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the lower 40s, so it is going to be mild here, but it's probably mid to upper 30s in north central Mass, so it's going to be that wet snow. It'll clear out tomorrow night, and then we're looking for a partly sunny Sunday with some flurries in the mountains around 37 degrees. But out in Denver, it's going to be almost up to 60 degrees for the big game on Sunday afternoon. Here's my 7-day AccuWeather forecast. Calling for it. Well, let's go to 3 days first. We got temperatures going up for the most part for the next few days, ranging up into the, I'd say, mainly in the 40s tomorrow for snow, and then we're going back to kind of cold weather. Beginning of the week, it's only going to be in the lower 30s. Can you believe that? Only in the lower 30s, and we're back to the teens to the end of next week. More weather coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Barry. An acting legend from Great Britain will soon be paraded around Harvard Square.
Still ahead, Oscar winner has selected as this year's Hasty Pudding Woman of the Year.
Also ahead, big changes to the nation's spying program. The changes ordered by President Obama. And now here, Jack and Lisa, they have a little bit ahead at 6. Paul and Jonathan knew at 6 a Boston hospital calls off open heart surgery for an 8-year-old girl.
Yeah, the last-minute decision that stunned a local family and how the child's relatives and friends are trying to come to her aid.
And a student protest on the sidewalks of Boston, what these elementary school students are demanding.
And, of course, we're live in Denver, Colorado, and Foxborough, Massachusetts, in the Patriots' quest for the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. We'll see you at 6.
You're tough, you're rugged, you're a New Englander. You know how to handle winter, and so do we. Eric Fisher and the WBZ Accuweather team breaking down the storms with our new ice scale.
That gives us severe impact.
Taking you out into the elements with the only mobile lab.
This is where we can see most of the snow stack up.
On TV, the radio, online, and on your cell. When winter's at its worst, we're here for you. WBZ Accuweather, your eye on winter storms.
For 3 days only at Expressway Toyota. Break free without breaking the bank.
Camry, just $99 per month.
It's a king of all sales. Going on now. Ends on Monday. Remember, Expressway is the best way to save you money.
Okay, 6 more visits and you'll have your new dentures.
6?
6.
How about 3?
6.
4?
6.
4.5?
6.
5?
6.
Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday. You can do that? We do that. No way. Yes way.
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes. Wow.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like on-site denture labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL because your mouth is our mission.
The Subaru Forester was named Motor Trend's 2014 Sport Utility of the Year and was awarded Top Safety Fit Plus. Drive home a brand new Subaru Forester, well equipped at $21,995.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Did you know there is an oldest trick in the book?
What?
Trick number 1. Look us over there. Ha-ha! Made us now look. So end this the trick.
Hey.
Yes.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you, well, you know.
For 3 days only at Expressway Toyota. Break free without breaking the bank. Corolla, just $79 per month.
It's a king of all sales. Going on now. Ends on Monday. Remember, Expressway is the best way to save you money.
President Obama is ordering the National Security Agency to change the way it does business.
This is all in an effort to improve trust in the spying operation. And as Danielle Nottingham shows us, the president is calling for big changes to how the government handles massive amounts of telephone data.
President Obama is putting new limits on the National Security Agency in response to growing criticism over the way the U.S. government gathers intelligence.
We will reform programs and procedures in place to provide greater transparency to our surveillance activities.
The NSA will still collect Americans' phone data to search for terrorist threats, but the president says agents will now need a judge's approval to access it, and he no longer wants the NSA to store the information.
And I'm confident that we can shape an approach that meets our security needs while upholding the civil liberties of every American.
The president admonished Edward Snowden, the NSA leaker who sparked this debate, and defended the work of the intelligence community.
They're not abusing authorities in order to listen to your private phone calls or read your emails.
The president is already hearing criticism that the reforms don't go far enough, and others are concerned the new requirements for court orders will slow down terrorism investigations.
Even if it's not a smoking gun, but maybe relevant to a network or plot, that's going to make it more dangerous.
The president is giving the intelligence community and the Justice Department 60 days to figure out a new way to store massive amounts of phone data. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, the White House.
The president also laid out new guidelines for spying overseas, promising not to eavesdrop on the personal communications of world leaders that the U.S. counts as allies.
Environmental concerns about a local river.
Yeah, still to come for us why a crane is in the water and what has some worried about the heavy machinery. Plus this.
I didn't care if it was a scam or not. That was my baby.
A local mother becomes the victim of a terrifying phone scam. How the crooks got her information and her warning for others.
On a special live All Access, the Pats are in the AFC Championship. Hear how Coach Belichick plans on slowing down the Broncos. Plus, Dan Marino and Phil Simms on Brady versus Manning. Saturday at 7 on WBZ, your home for the Patriots.
Today's weather on WBZ is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers.
Meet your Chevy Equinox. Say hello to an EPA estimated 32 mpg highway.
Hello, Equinox.
Your phone is now synced to the Bluetooth.
Look, 2 hands.
I feel good knowing you got exactly what you wanted.
I feel good. You feel good. Is this a great day or what?
Visit your New England Chevy dealer. Now, current GM owners and lessees can get an Equinox LS for around $199 per month with Auto Show bonus cash.
One ticket, 500 rides. The New England Auto Show, presented by Amica Insurance in the Boston Globe, January 16th through the 20th at the Boston Convention Center. Learn more at bostonautoshow.com.
Report a claim. Pay your bill. Safety's mobile app is just one more way we help you manage life's storms. For auto, home, and business, ask your independent agent about safety insurance.
Tonight's primetime lineup is brought to you by the state of Utah, home of the greatest snow on earth.
No matter who you are, no matter what you do, at Massachusetts community colleges, it's about discovering who you want to be. With open admissions, flexible class times, the most affordable tuition in Massachusetts, plus 15 colleges statewide, it's never been easier to transform your world. Visit masscc.org/transform to see our new programs and learn more.
He loves skiing and skateboarding, so Young Tom Sims combined them, creating a whole new way down the mountain. Uncompromising creativity. It's also how Mazda made a crossover that combines nimble handling with outstanding fuel efficiency. This is the Mazda CX-5. What do you drive? Now, get the 2014 Mazda CX-5 with Skyactiv technology for 0.9% APR for 60 months.
Pats Broncos. Join Steve Burton and Dan Roche live in Denver for exclusive coverage of the AFC Championship. Only on WBZ, your home for the Patriots.
We're following breaking news at 5:30. A bank robbery in Arlington. 2 people are now in custody. Officers chased the men from the Leader Bank on Mass Ave to the intersection of Melrose and Brooks, and that's where police shot one of the men. He is in the hospital, the other in jail.
Also breaking tonight, Massachusetts taxpayers must pay for a convicted murderer's sex change operation. A federal appeals court just upheld the decision in the Robert Koselleck case. He killed his wife back in 1990 and started living as a woman behind bars. Plus,
I'm cautious of everything now. My life is changed.
A local mother learns from her mistakes after she became the victim of a terrifying phone scam. And she says it is something that you could easily fall for as well.
so a man called her and said that he had her daughter's life in his hands and he would kill her if the mother didn't pay up. Karen Anderson has the exclusive interview.
He said, listen to me carefully. I have your daughter.
This Revere mom is still traumatized by that call.
It was the most terrifying, horrible thing that a mother could go through.
The caller told Teresa he had her daughter, a student at UMass, and she needed to go to a Western Union and wire them money or she'd be shot.
He said, my cousin is holding a pistol to her head right now. They knew all about my daughter. They knew where she was going to school. They knew all about me.
The caller knew so much about Teresa's family that she rushed to get the money. But it took hours because it was right in the middle of the December storm and stores were closed.
If I hear him talking to anybody, he said, I will pull the trigger. It was 3.5 hours of torture.
Teresa wired the money, then called her daughter and realized she'd been scammed.
I feel like I've been violated.
Revere police believe the mastermind, the man on the phone, was in Puerto Rico, but they were able to track down a couple collecting the money here in Massachusetts. 32-year-old Jose Carrasquillo and 30-year-old Jennifer Rodriguez are charged with extortion. Police say they were getting a cut out of 7 to 8 scams a week.
The information received on this young lady was on Facebook.
Investigators believe the scammers are gathering personal information from social media. It's gotten so bad, the mayor sent out a reverse 911 call today.
They obtain information about family members from social media sites.
They have to call the police right away. I know that sounds bad because it's easy for me to say that, but when a woman is being told we're going to shoot your kid, don't call the police. They have to call the police.
I knew in my heart that it could have been a scam. But when you're on the other end of that phone, you don't think about that. You don't care.
Now Teresa hopes others will learn from her case, and the team who targeted her will be caught. In Revere, Karen Anderson, WBZ News.
Good evening, everybody. 42 degrees in Boston right now. It's mostly clear, a few scattered clouds. Starting to cool off a little bit, but it's not going to be a terribly cold night tonight, and nothing is going to be happening this evening if you're going out. All through the evening hours, we'll have rain and snow developing in the early morning hours, and through tomorrow morning, it's going to amount to a coating up to an inch, perhaps, outside of 495, it's extending across the Mass Pike, across northern portions of Worcester County, 1 up to 2 or 3 inches, and 3 to 6 across central New Hampshire, to more than 6 inches in southern portions of Maine. So for this holiday weekend, it looks like this. We've got the snow and rain mostly tomorrow morning, not too much happening tomorrow afternoon. On Sunday, 37 clouds and breezy, and then on Monday, 34, a flurry or snow squall as an Arctic front goes by, then much cold next week. My 7-day AccuWeather forecast, and we'll look at the snow again in just a few minutes. Jonathan?
Barry, we'll see you then, thanks. In Lowell, some people are growing very concerned about a crane that's in the Merrimack River. Right now, water is rushing over the base of the machine. Now, the crane is there to help build the new University Avenue Bridge, but with the recent weather, the river's water level has increased, and that has some environmentalists on alert.
Oh, it's a good chance that if it does come up any higher, we might get a little leakage out of that machine, and with all the intakes downriver, what's going to happen. So, well, hopefully it doesn't come up any higher than what it is.
Well, the State Department of Transportation says it is constantly monitoring that crane. Officials say that so far it's stable with no fluid or fuel leaks.
Well, the numbers seem shocking, but the Vatican is denying an Associated Press story which claims Pope Benedict defrocked a total of 400 priests for the sexual abuse of minors. The Vatican says the number is based on an incorrect reading of data. Officials say 400 was the total number of new cases opened between 2011 and 2012, not the final decisions. Well, the Patriots know the road to the Super Bowl goes right through Denver, and it won't be easy.
Yeah, in order to win on Sunday, there are some things they need to accomplish. Let's get back out to Steve Burton and Dan Roche live at the Broncos practice facility in Inglewood, Colorado. And Steve, did you get a chance to see Peyton Manning and perhaps kick him in the knee?
I did not. I wouldn't do that anyway. I think the Patriots are going to take care of Peyton Manning on their own, for that matter. But talking about key players in this game, Dan Roche, and I'm going to go with one key player, Julian Edelman. He's the guy, with Gronk out, he's the guy that Brady trusts the most. He's the guy that also had 9 catches for 110 yards, 2 touchdowns the last time out. And he's also a guy that can hurt you on special teams. Now, Mike Adams, the Denver Broncos safety, took a shot at Julian Edelman, saying he doesn't have the ability Wes Welker has, he doesn't have the speed Wes Welker has. Well, you tell that to Julian Edelman, who plays with a chip on his shoulder to begin with, he's going to bring it.
And he'll be fired up.
Sunday.
And, if they are going to throw the ball, he's got to be a big part. Him and Amendola, and maybe Shane Vereen as well. So, yeah, he's a big key. My key will go to the defensive side of the ball for the Patriots, Steve. Linebacker Jamie Collins, who's really come along his rookie season, had a great game against the Colts in the playoffs last week. Stopped knocked down a pass, was good on coverage, but he also could be key on the run. No Brandon Spikes here. Remember, no Sean Moreno, ran for over 200 yards against the Patriots in their meeting it back in November. Collins will have to play along with Hightower up and make some tackles there, but also maybe cover big Julius Thomas, who didn't play in that first game for the Broncos. He's their Gronk. So Jamie Collins, the youngster who's getting better rapidly, he's my key in this one.
So it's going to be interesting to see how the Patriots attack offensively, whether they run the ball right away or throw the ball right away. They may come out throwing simply because of their running game last week that Denver's going to expect them to run. Yeah. They may change this up a little bit.
If you see a lot of guys up front, up in the boxes, they'll start to throw as well. But I kind of like Tanya Harding Elias's idea back there of maybe giving Peyton a whack in the knee.
Enough said. Jonathan, follow back to you.
Never would you do that, Steve. We know that.
I was only joking. That would not be good. Thanks, guys. Hey, when it comes to Patriots gear, fans will buy just about anything and spend just about anything on it. During yesterday's news conference, quarterback Tom Brady wore a pom-pom hat. You know the one I'm talking about, kind of Where's Waldo cap. Well, right now, the Pro Shop is completely sold out of those winter hats. It's nearly impossible for you to get your hands on one unless you want to open your wallet wide. The hat is selling for about $100 on eBay. Stay with WBZ on our website for continuing coverage of the AFC Championship Game Showdown. Online, you can read the Patriots blog, you can take a look back at Tom Brady's history in the playoffs, and you can check out the Belichick legacy. It's all right there on our website. The address is cbsboston.com.
Diabetes, arthritis, birth defects, and more. A shocking new report on the number of illnesses linked to smoking.
He was our governor for 4 years, nearly got elected president, but do you really feel you know Mitt Romney? The new movie that aims to fill in the blanks.
Been in rough winter weather, your car goes the extra mile. At Maaco, our locally owned centers make repairs easy, affordable, and reliable. So don't let the weather slow you down. Bring your car to Maaco and let us turn the car you drive back into the car you love. Maaco, America's body shop.
At Bach Toyota, we are well aware that winter is the toughest time to sell. But think about it, the toughest time to sell has to be the best time to buy. This is a buyer's market. Now is a great time to buy at Bach Toyota.
Come on down.
Drive home a brand new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling automobile that gets 35 miles per gallon for just $99 per month.
When your small business has Verizon, you're downloading huge files ready. 3-hour conference call ready. Your small business ready. Switch to Verizon with consistently fast internet and reliable phone with 99.9% network reliability starting at $69.99 a month with a 2-year price guarantee. Call now to get a firm price quote of your total monthly charges in writing up front. Call 1-866-SOLUTIONS to sign up now. Speed and reliability that makes you small business ready. That's powerful.
A lot goes into making Bosco's authentic Greek yogurt without a lot going into it. Farm fresh milk and fruit picked right from the orchard. In fact, one healthy taste is all it takes to love Bosco's. A lot. Happiness in every spoonful. Bosco's Greek yogurt.
The eye comfort versus my Bobopedic gel. You be the judge.
Theirs has gel-infused memory foam.
Mine has gel-infused Bobopedic memory foam.
Theirs comes in one comfort level.
My Bobopedic gel comes in plush, firm, or half plush, half firm.
Theirs is $19.99.
Mine is only $9.99 every day.
Yours is $1,000 less.
Is theirs worth $1,000 more? You be the judge.
One click on buyatoyota.com and you can find the biggest selection of Toyota inventory in New England. And then see every Toyota special offer there is, even those not seen on TV. Plus, get a free independent trade-in value in seconds. Right now, see all-wheel drive leases as low as $199 a month with no-cost maintenance included. Buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals.
Even in rough winter weather, your car goes the extra mile. At Mako, our locally owned centers make repairs easy, affordable, and reliable. So don't let the weather slow you down. Bring your car to Mako and let us turn the car you drive back into the car you love. Mako, America's body shop.
It is a big night for the Romney family at the Sundance Film Festival in Utah.
A much-anticipated documentary about Mitt Romney and his quest for the presidency has its world premiere. Political analyst John Keller's here now with a sneak preview of this film, which is based, John, on all the behind-the-scenes access to the candidate.
Extraordinary access, Paula, and just from the trailer, you can see glimpses of Mitt Romney that the public never saw, and whether or not you voted for him on Election Day. The movie raises questions about how much we ever really know about the people who compete for high political office. Mitt Romney, he seems like an interesting guy. I don't know too much about him.
Buddy, join the club.
A recent poll said that 43% of Americans are not even sure who you are.
The flipping Mormon.
As this trailer for the documentary shows, Romney and his family agonized over his failure to connect with voters on a personal level.
If you don't win, we'll still love you. The country may think of you as a laughing stock, and we'll know the truth, and that's okay.
I don't know him well personally. He's always been a gentleman to me.
And even his political adversary, who helped sketch the Obama campaign's negative spin on Romney, acknowledges there was more to him than that.
Nobody fits in a box. I don't fit in a box. You don't fit in a box. The more you get to know people, the more layered and interesting they are.
I look at what happens to anybody in this country who loses as the nominee of their party. They become a loser for life.
Will this movie help restore some luster to Romney's public image? Perhaps. But even this Romney fan says the man has no one to blame but himself.
It's his job to get his personality out.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that job.
Yeah.
And I think if he has any regrets, he could do a better job if he did it again.
The problem is with Mitt. The problem is Mitt never really allowed Mitt to be Mitt. If he had, he might well be president now.
How in the world do we find these things out on the day of the debate?
He hates to disappoint.
Are you going to iron it out? Seriously?
Ouch. Yeah, ouch
Ouch, indeed. In the end, Mitt Romney did disappoint many of his supporters both here and across the country, with both his failure to connect and persuasively market his policies. But this documentary promises to teach us something about ourselves, too. That we don't know half of what we think we know about the people on our ballot. Paula, Jonathan, back to you.
Really fascinating. John Keller, thank you.
Thanks, John.
Well, looking for motivation to quit smoking? Coming up, the host of new illnesses linked to lighting up.
And we've got some snow and rain breaking out in the Ohio Valley right now. When does it get to New England? How much we get out of it? And when will it leave? My forecast is just ahead.
And as we head to break, here's a quick look at what's hot tonight on CBSBoston.com. We're back right after this.
WBZ is your home for the Patriots in the AFC Championship. The only place to watch the Pats and the Broncos. Plus, complete coverage with Patriots Game Day.
The Pats are now going to the AFC Championship game.
Fifth quarter.
I think we got a lot of full believers.
All access. And sports final.
You can watch the latest chapter of this robbery unfold right here on WBZ.
For exclusive Pats coverage throughout the playoffs, turn to WBZ, your home for the Patriots.
Sponsored by Visit Florida.
For 3 days only at Expressway Toyota, break free without breaking the bank. Grab 4, just $110 per month.
It's a king of all sales going on now. Ends on Monday. Remember, Expressway is the best way to save you money.
It's back by popular demand. 0% interest for 4 full years this weekend only at Barron's Major Brands. Buy all the top quality brands from New England's best appliance store and get 0% interest till 2018. But it's for a limited time only. 0%, 4 years with no money down. That's 0% interest till 2018. But a word of caution. This offer is 4 days only, ends Monday, and it's only at Barron's Major Brands.
The Toyota Tacoma, massive one-piece frame rails, fully boxes up frame. It's built to face New England's toughest conditions. Question is, can it face its toughest critics? Evidently, yes. The Toyota Tacoma, not only tough, but an incredible value. Toyota, let's go places.
Okay, 6 more visits, and you'll have your new dentures.
6?
6.
How about 3?
6.
4?
6.
4.5?
6.
5?
6. Okay, hold it. Let's try something new.
Okay, Mrs. Tucker, your dentures will be ready this Friday. You can do that? We do that.
No way.
Yes way.
No. No.
Yes.
Wow.
Aspen Dental is doing whatever it takes to give America a healthy mouth, like on-site denture labs for dentures in days, not weeks. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL, because your mouth is our mission.
It's the Call of the Wild at the 2014 Boston RV and Camping Expo, January 18th through the 20th at the Boston Convention Center. Shop 3 football fields of RVs and get the best prices from New England's top dealers. Visit BostonRVExpo.com. For 3 days only at Expressway Toyota, break free without breaking the bank. Highlander, just $150 per month.
It's a king of all sales going on now. Ends on Monday. Remember, Expressway is the best way to save you money.
Good evening, Mrs. Jones. Yes, send that glow. Aren't you sweet?
Licensed phone reps available 24/7. Call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
On the Health Watch today, a new report from the Surgeon General shows smoking is even more dangerous than previously believed.
As if you needed more reasons to believe that. It's been 50 years since experts linked the habit to lung cancer. And there is now a new list, a big list of illnesses tied to smoking. Diabetes, rheumatoid arthritis, liver cancer, colon cancer, as well as erectile dysfunction.
Of every 3 cancers in the United States, 1 of those cancers is caused by cigarette smoking.
Macular degeneration, rheumatoid arthritis, as you heard, and certain birth defects also on that list. And despite the warnings, about 18% of Americans continue to smoke. Talk about the weather situation outside because it was a great day. We just can't, we can look back a little bit instead of looking forward.
I know. It's the unfortunate thing with this January thaw is you sort of get tricked into thinking, oh, this is the way it's going to be now.
Yeah, I know.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I know. I love hindcasting. 100% accuracy on hindcasting. Anyway, we've been going through these ups and downs, and weather goes in cycles, so we're certainly going to be going colder again. We had enjoyed that beautiful day today. It's still 42 in Boston. We'll drop into the 30s tonight, some 20s way off to the north and west. But we're looking off to the south and west and seeing what the temperatures are like. It's fairly mild down in Florida, 64, but we're more interested in where our air is actually going to be coming from. It's not going to be coming from the south. It's going to be coming from the northwest. And all the Arctic air is reloading again in Canada, 33 below zero at Baker Lake. So in the next couple of weeks, some very cold air is coming to the northeast and much of the eastern part of the United States. I can assure you of that. This system here across the northern Rockies is going to be giving us some cloudiness on Sunday. It's this system which is going to get here first, and that'll give us some snow and rain coming up for tomorrow morning. It's not going to turn into a major storm, but there's enough support to release snow and rain during tomorrow morning. Right now it's mostly clear, just a few streamers of high clouds starting to show up. And we'll have low temperatures tonight, mid-30s in Boston, upper 20s across northern Massachusetts, low to mid-30s over southeastern sections. So about later tonight, some high clouds increasing more so, and then certainly in the early morning hours, the precipitation breaks out. It's mostly a form of rain. Low levels are going to be warm enough to support rain, but it'll be just cold enough for wet snow across northern Massachusetts, especially northern Worcester County. Note the timestamp, 7 in the morning. It's raining close to Boston, but the farther north and west you go, the more difficult the traveling will be up in here because the snow is going to come down at a pretty good clip tomorrow morning. We have a little bundle of energy to come through to increase the intensity of the precipitation for a while, but note by early afternoon, a little band of showers moving through and then partial clearing, especially south and west of Boston. So what do we get for snowfall out of this? Not much at all near the city, but the farther north and west you are, it'll build up to a coating up to 1 to 3 inches across northern Worcester County to 3 to 6 across the Lakes region of New Hampshire, maybe more than 6 inches in parts of southern and central Maine as it goes to the lower 40s tomorrow, eventually goes to the upper 30s across northern Massachusetts in the afternoon once the snow ends, and then it'll clear out tomorrow night down to 25, and then on Sunday we're up to about 37 with maybe a few flurries, mostly in the mountains, a mix of sunshine and clouds going on down here. So there goes the storm coming out of the Ohio Valley, sort of jumping over and redeveloping in southern New England tomorrow morning, and then scooting away, giving its heaviest snow across the Lakes region of New Hampshire into southern portions of Maine, and the ski resorts will get some snow out of this. Then additional systems coming at us. One is going to be weak and go out to sea south of us. Here comes the Arctic cold front. That'll come through late Monday morning with maybe a snow shower or so. So it looks like we're in for some pretty good skiing up north. This is taken at Bretton Woods today with fresh powder there, and you can enjoy it. Have some good skiing going on up in northern New England. They need a big snowstorm to open up all the glades and all the non-snowmaking trails, and for the cross-country skiers and snowmobilers as well. But here's my 7-day Accuweather forecast. There is going to be a bit of snow up there, a few inches, and then it gets colder on Monday as the Arctic front goes through. Arctic air really here on Tuesday near 20. Only upper teens near 20 Wednesday and Thursday. We could have a fluffy snowstorm here on Thursday in southern New England, and then very cold at the end of the week. Recently, Todd visited the third graders at the East Elementary School in Sharon. Very happy, good-looking crew there in Sharon. And they're all getting ready for a long holiday weekend. They're happy. They have 3 days off.
And all the kids excited about the Patriots.
And the Patriots too, of course. That's a given.
We want to bring you some breaking news right now in Stoughton. Police say they've caught the man known as the Brim Beanie Bandit. Officers arrested 45-year-old Daniel Cathcart of Milton in connection with 2 recent robberies at South Shore Savings Bank in Stoughton. The FBI says the bandit's responsible for 6 robberies in all around the state, so it's not clear if Cathcart will be charged in all of them.
Dame Helen Mirren is coming to Cambridge. The actress will be in town at the end of the month to accept the Hasty Pudding's Woman of the Year award. The Oscar winner joked that she's looking forward to the award since she is a fan of pudding in all forms. Each year, the Harvard Theatrical Group honors a man and woman of the year who have made significant and lasting impressions on the entertainment industry. Hasty Pudding will host Mirren January 30th. That's fun. A big birthday for the First Lady.
That's right, straight ahead, Michelle Obama celebrates the half-century mark. How her attitude is inspiring women all across the country. And now here are Jack and Lisa. They have a look at what's ahead at 6.
Paula, Jonathan, thank you. Ahead in a few moments, the heavyweight battle with the Super Bowl on the line. Of course, we're live tonight in Colorado and Foxborough as the Patriots are now heading to Denver.
And we are also having new information come in on that breaking news in Arlington, a bank robbery, chase, and shooting in a residential neighborhood.
Will the state have to pay for the sex change operation of a convicted murder?
The federal court's ruling is in. We'll have it coming up at 6.
My dad has atrial fibrillation, or AFib. He has the most common kind. It's not caused by a heart valve problem. Dad, it says you're AFib, but you have 5 times greater risk of stroke. That's why I take my warfarin every day. But it looks like maybe we should ask your doctor about Pradaxa.
In a clinical trial, Pradaxa, the bigatranotexylate mesylate, was proven superior to warfarin in reducing the risk of stroke. And unlike warfarin, with no regular blood tests or dietary restrictions. Hey, that's the calling my doctor.
Sure.
Pradaxa is not for people with artificial heart valves. Don't stop taking Pradaxa without talking to your doctor. Stopping increases your risk of stroke. Ask your doctor if you need to stop Pradaxa before surgery or a medical or dental procedure. Pradaxa can cause serious, sometimes fatal bleeding. Don't take Pradaxa if you have abnormal bleeding or have had a heart valve replaced. Seek immediate medical care for unexpected signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Pradaxa may increase your bleeding risk if you're 75 or older, have a bleeding condition or stomach ulcer, take aspirin, NSAIDs, or blood thinners, or if you have kidney problems, especially if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctors about all medicines you take. Pradaxa's side effects include indigestion, stomach pain, upset, or burning. If you or someone you love has AFib not caused by a heart valve problem, ask your doctor about reducing the risk of stroke with Pradaxa.
1 ticket, 500 rides. The New England Auto Show, presented by Amica Insurance in the Boston Globe, January 16th through the 20th at the Boston Convention Center. Learn more at bostonautoshow.com.
First Lady Michelle Obama is celebrating the Big 5-0.
Today is her birthday, and she's planning a dance party at the White House this weekend. As Susan McGinnis shows us, Mrs. Obama is embracing the milestone and redefining what it means to be 50.
It's Barack Obama. First Lady Michelle Obama is 50, a milestone she's embracing.
50 is fabulous. January 17th.
The First Lady told People magazine her life is, quote, ever evolving, and says she feels more self-assured now. She showed off her AARP card on Twitter and told guests coming to her weekend White House party to be ready to dance. Many women of her generation are finding plenty of reasons to celebrate 50.
She's a modern woman, and turning 50 today is not like it used to be. There are so many more opportunities.
With women living longer, doctors say the First Lady's emphasis on health and fitness is a good approach to the Big 5-0.
Healthy lifestyles, healthy eating, and being active are critically important, and they're even more important as we grow older.
It's a message many women in their 50s have already taken to heart.
We feel younger, and we do things that I wouldn't picture my mom doing at this age.
Terry Stern says keeping busy also helps keep her young.
I hope to be this active and being this happy when I'm in my 80s. So 50 is just a number.
A birthday that's looking and feeling younger than it used to. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Washington.
Should be a fun weekend at the White House. And we have much more news still ahead.
That's going to do it for us at 5 o'clock, but the news at 6 starts right now.
Breaking news, a bank robbery, chase, and shooting in an Arlington neighborhood. WBZ is live at the scene.
Almost 48 hours to the game, so there's nothing else really going on in our lives other than football at this point.
Focused on a championship, the Patriots try to bust the Broncos for a Super Bowl berth.
And Patriots Nation is gearing up for a championship ride. Live team coverage from Colorado to Foxborough.
I'll show you who could see several inches of snow tomorrow and track another bitter blast for next week.
A little girl's open heart surgery suddenly canceled. Why a Boston hospital put her operation on hold.
Live from our studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
And we begin tonight tonight with breaking news. A bank robber gunned down in Arlington. I'm Lisa Hughes.
And I'm Jack Williams. It all happened mid-afternoon. Police say the man hit the Leader Bank on Mass Ave in Arlington. But the thieves didn't get far. They ran into police. The jewel was captured a few blocks from the bank. Beth Chimato joins us live in Arlington right now. Beth.
Jack, these officers are being given a lot of credit for catching these guys so quickly. The police chief calling them violent felons. For the last couple of hours, they've been examining a gray Jeep behind us, the suspected getaway vehicle. It all came to an end with gunshots fired in this neighborhood. Plenty of people were home, and a nearby school was letting out. It ended here on a side street in Arlington with officers cornering this gray Jeep. The pursuit of two armed bank robbery suspects all unfolded before residents, some who just picked up their children from a nearby school.
We heard about, I'd say, 10 pops in a row. I thought it was firecrackers. And then in about 3 seconds later, we saw many cop cars coming very, very quickly.
The robbers had just left Leader Bank on nearby Mass Avenue. Employees gave police a good description, and a short pursuit was on when they spotted the vehicle and a weapon was shown.
The officers confronted those armed individuals, and shots were fired. One suspect is hospitalized in Mass General Hospital in serious condition. The Arlington police officer is also hospitalized, although he's not been shot.
I went to the corner, and I saw a person down on the middle of the road, unmoving.
And what were the police doing at that point?
And then at that moment, like 10 police cars came and said, everybody get out.
Police say there's evidence in the car from the bank, and neighbors are still shaken from what happened in the middle of the day.
It's a lot of kids here. I mean, it's an elementary school. It's frightening.
Now, that hospitalized officer is being treated for stress. The second suspect is in custody. The police chief says this is still a very fluid situation. They're still trying to figure out the details of the confrontation. But he's calling his officers very brave men. Reporting live from Arlington, I'm Beth Germano, WBZ News. Jack?
Okay, Beth, thanks a million. By the way, more breaking news happening in Stoughton. The robber known as the Grim Beanie Bandit finally has been caught. Police say he's 45-year-old Daniel Cathcart of Milton, charged with 2 of the bank robberies in Stoughton. The bandit has been involved in 6 robberies across the state in the last 2 months. However, it's unclear if Cathcart will be charged in all of those bank robberies.
Well, to weather now, and our unseasonably mild streak we have enjoyed so much is unfortunately about to hit the skids.
But not immediately. Meteorologist Barry Burbank is here with our first look at the holiday weekend forecast. Barry?
All right, Jack. Yeah, it's not going to take a nosedive right off the bat, but it will be dropping back tonight. It's starting to do so right now in the upper 30s around Boston, middle 30s to lower 30s off to the north and west. Lower 30s late tonight. It'll be clouding over. If you're going out through this evening, through midnight, you don't have to worry about any snow or rain developing. But in the early morning hours, and it'll be already underway by dawn, it is going to be producing some snow and rain. Not much of any near Boston, but not too far away to the northwest. There'll be some rain and snow mixed, then ranging up to 1 to 3 inches across northern portions, especially Worcester County, northwestern Middlesex County, and on up through the Lakes region in New Hampshire, 3 to 6 inches there, more than 6 inches coming up for portions of Maine. I've got the rest of my AccuWeather forecast for the next 7 days. I'll see you with that in a few minutes.
It's a championship showdown of the Rockies. Patriots head out of Foxborough. At stake, a trip to the Super Bowl.
And here's the greeting they can expect in Denver. Not terribly original. The headline on the sports page of the Denver Post reads, "Go home, Chowderheads. Sticks and stones." Well, for all the surprises this season, the Patriots say they are right where they thought they would be, which is 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for the 3rd consecutive year, the Patriots are playing for the AFC Championship. But this time, boy, they're a long ways from their Foxborough home. We have live team coverage tonight. Jim Armstrong in Foxborough. But let's begin with Steve Burton, live in Colorado, you Chowderhead.
Yeah, fans here are tough here in Denver. I'll tell you that right now. You know, it's 50 degrees now here in Denver. It's supposed to be 60 on Sunday, so much for Peyton Manning throwing in the cold. Patriots are on their way. They're due to arrive here in Denver at 6:38. That's 8:38 Boston time. Now, Patriots did practice today back in Foxborough this morning for one final practice. Tom Brady worked out for the 2nd day in a row after missing Wednesday's practice due to illness. Unlike the rest of the world, number 12 doesn't like to focus on his rivalry with Peyton Manning, but today he gave the Broncos quarterback, well, some love.
side of the ball. So, we're going to have to score some points.
And I think they will score some points. Danny Roche joins me now. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they will. I think the Pats will put up some points. It's a matter of how many Manning puts up with that offense, too. You know, it's interesting, Steve. You talked about, well, Lisa called you a chowderhead, but Lisa was talking about the column today in the Denver Post. Well, 8 years ago, the reason why this is happening, they're trying to shut out Patriots fans from buying tickets because 8 years ago, the last time they were in the AFC Championship game, this place was a sellout, but there were tons of Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and the Broncos didn't like it. They felt it wasn't a home field advantage, so it happened this time. So we'll see. They ended up losing that game. We'll see what happens here. Now, the Broncos had their final workout today here at their practice facility in Englewood, Colorado. And I asked Denver head coach John Fox if he gives his players a special speech before a big game like the one on tap for Sunday.
We treat it like any other game, actually. It's still playing on the same size field. Happens to be a home game this week, so a road game. Just the normal nuances. And then, it's about who executes, and usually that's about who prepared the hardest.
Well, some interesting stuff from John Fox. The interesting part there, Steve, to me, is Bill Belichick, you know this, has given some legendary speeches motivating night before Super Bowls, night before big games. Would love to be in the room here in Denver when he gives that speech on Saturday night.
Jack and Lisa, Denver fans, they're so confident. They're just so cocky. They think this team is going straight to the Super Bowl. But time will tell. Back to you.
Yeah, well, the last time we played them, Patriots came back from quite a deficit, so we'll see.
All right, lads, thank you very much. In the Mile High City, feeling probably a little woozy. Patriots got a small but spirited send-off when they left Foxborough today.
Fans turned out to see their favorite players and definitely to wish them the best of luck in Denver. Jim Armstrong is live at Gillette Stadium tonight for us. Jim?
Lisa, the Pats organization kind of kept today's departure low-key on purpose. They had all the fans stay outside of the stadium while the players actually loaded on the buses inside behind closed doors, so we couldn't see any of it, but that didn't stop fans from trying. So what are you expecting to see here today? What do you think you're going to see?
Maybe one of the players, maybe.
You're going to wave?
Yeah.
Scream?
Yes.
Shout?
Yes.
Good. A parade of Patriot-packed buses leaving Gillette Stadium at 3 o'clock this afternoon. A few dozen of the most die-hard fans waiting in the parking lot for just a glimpse.
I know some of them. I could see some of them. Yeah, through the glass.
Are they waving at you guys?
They looked, but it's exciting.
In the crowd, the so-called Team Cookie Mama.
Started out being cookies for the rookies. It's kind of morphed into dozens and dozens and dozens every week.
Her husband's on the Pats medical staff, and every Wednesday she sends the team a huge batch of homemade cookies.
It has to be on Wednesdays. They're superstitious.
Okay.
So when they go to the Super Bowl, they'll go to the hotel on Wednesday.
That was the highest quality setting.
This afternoon, but in the event that the Pats need to take a road trip in the near future for any given reason, there's a fair chance that the send-off will be just a little bit bigger. Live at Gillette, Jim Armstrong, WBZ News. Jack.
All right, Jim, thanks a lot. Hey, talk about embracing the Broncos. Here's a beauty. Colorado Governor John Hickenlooper showed his love for his hometown team with a big kiss to Thunder. By the way, Thunder is the Broncos mascot. Try to beat that, Lisa.
Well, here's something, Jack. Sunday's going to be the 15th time that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning have faced each other. 11 regular season matchups, of which Brady has won 8. They have also met up 3 times in the playoffs. Brady wins that contest, too. 2 playoff games to Manning's 1, but that 1 was a huge comeback victory in 2007. That was a long time ago. Sunday's game also marks a milestone for Coach Bill Belichick. The coach has 19 playoff wins. If the Patriots win in Denver, Belichick will tie Tom Landry's record for most playoff wins in NFL history, Jack.
It's quite a record. Thank you, Lisa. Some of the youngest fans in Patriot Nation are eager to prove that they're ready for Sunday. Students at the Parker Elementary School in Bill Rick are pumped up for the big game. They joined teachers and staff in dressing up in pants gear today. The school often has sports-themed Fridays, and when there's a big game ahead, they go all out. Kids love it. School leaders say the enthusiasm helps foster school spirit.
They make everybody happy out there. All right, cue the cute. We're looking to celebrate our Patriots' pride with you, asking fans to send in photos. And we are getting great shots so far, as you can see here, so keep those photos coming. Go to CBSBoston.com. That's where you can upload your pictures. and then we will put them on the air.
Of course, WBZ is your home for the Patriots Sunday, starting with a special 90-minute edition of Patriots Game Day, 11:30 in the morning. Pats of the Broncos kick off at 3, followed by the 5th quarter, and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady's news conference.
Other news ahead after the break coming up here on WBZ, why taxpayers will have to pay for a convicted murderer's sex change operation.
Also had a little girl's open heart surgery delayed. The Boston hospital that had to cancel the operation at the last minute.
Plus, taking it to the streets, why these kids are protesting in Boston.
And who gets the snow tomorrow? How much cold air follows next week? All in my 7-day AccuWeather forecast. I'll have that in just a few minutes.
You score little victories every day. Now do it with dinner. Land O'Lakes Saute Express meal starter with herbs, spices, butter, and olive oil is one step, no prep, and so good they'll ask for more. Land O'Lakes Saute Express.
One click on buyatoyota.com and you can find the biggest selection of Toyota inventory in New England. And then see every Toyota special offer there is, even those not seen on TV. Plus, get a free independent trade-in value in seconds. Right now, see Prius hybrid leases as low as $99 a month with no cost maintenance included. Buyatoyota.com, Toyota's official website for deals.
Now landing in Salt Lake City, Utah.
11 resorts less than an hour from Salt Lake City International Airport means less travel time and more skiing on the greatest snow on earth. Plan your trip at visitutah.com.
It's been said, you have to cross an ocean to find a vehicle with safety, reliability, and quality. The bar may have been set over there, but when it comes to raising it, we'll take it from here. The awarded Chrysler lineup. Get a low-mileage lease on 200 limited sedan for $129 a month for well-qualified lessees or $5,000 total cash allowance.
Love to ski but hate the drive?
Ski Bradford.
15 trails, 100% snowmaking.
Lessons for all ages.
Snack bar, Rentals, large base lodge.
Ski Bradford, ski close to home.
One ticket, 500 rides. The New England Auto Show, presented by Amica Insurance in the Boston Globe, January 16th through the 20th at the Boston Convention Center. Learn more at bostonautoshow.com.
I sell thousands and thousands of cars. I have many, many dealerships. I'm #1 in the universe.
They only care about themselves.
We interrupt this message from your friendly eye guy with an important message from Cambridge Honda.
Hi, I'm Paul Costin. I worked at one of those eye guys for 11 years. When I needed to make a change, I chose Cambridge Honda. I didn't want a mega company with many, many dealerships. I didn't want my loyal customers to be last on anybody's shopping list. Why do I work at Cambridge Honda?
You score little victories every day. Now do it with dinner. Land O'Lakes Saute Express meal starter with herbs, spices, butter, and olive oil is one step, no prep, and so good they'll ask for more. Land O'Lakes Saute Express.
We're following a developing story. The state will have to pay for a convicted murderer sex change operation. Today, a federal appeals court ruled the Robert Koselik, who now goes by the name of Michelle, needs a surgery because it is medically necessary. The court saying denying Koselik the operation would be cruel and unusual punishment. Robert Koselik, convicted of strangling his wife Cheryl in 1990.
A local girl all set for open heart surgery will now have to muster that courage all over again.
Yeah, just as Jacqueline Rogers was heading to the hospital, the operation was called off. As Lauren Lamachek explains, a shortage of a blood forced doctors to put the surgery on hold.
The Rogers family prepared for months for this day. 8-year-old Jacqueline was supposed to have open heart surgery. But at 6 a.m. as they were leaving the hotel,
We got a call saying that there was a few races last night.
there wasn't enough O-negative blood to do her surgery safely today.
No O-negative means it wasn't safe to operate on Jacqueline, who was born with a congenital heart disease. This brave little girl's been on an emotional roller coaster.
I was scared because I thought they were, like, not able to do it ever.
Children's Hospital released a statement today confirming they have a shortage of O-negative blood. And it's not just children's. The Red Cross also has an urgent need for O-negative after bad weather forced them to cancel hundreds of blood drives.
Children's Hospital collects their own blood here on site, and Jacqueline's family's hoping her story encourages people to walk in that door and donate.
The Rogers have already mobilized their friends.
When we heard she needed blood, we do whatever we can to help.
They used social media to spread the word.
And the people I didn't even know were posting and praying and going to donate blood today.
Jacqueline will now undergo surgery on Wednesday, an operation to keep her dancing, but only possible if people roll up their sleeves and give. In Boston, Lauren Lemanchek, WBZ News.
Well, good luck to a sweet girl. In the weather now, I guess some of the viewing area will be seeing a few snowflakes.
Yes, fortunately it's not going to get super cold right away, though, Barry. At least we're easing into it.
Easing into it, but next week, look out. For the second half of next week, really cold. I'll show you those numbers shortly. Lisa, good evening, everybody. 39 degrees in Boston right now, and it's mostly clear. A few high-thin clouds may be around. As we open up the shop, we can see some cold air, which is going to try to come in here as we get deeper into the weekend. Out in Chicago, it's only 16. Indianapolis right now is 12 degrees, so it's really cold in Canada, so eventually that's going to get here. It's not going to crash in here tomorrow. We have to go through some precipitation first, so watch the timestamp, watch the temperatures go down tonight, and some high cloudness showing up. By 11 o'clock, there will be virtually no precipitation. In the early morning hours, a few showers may come up over southeastern Mass. Some snowflakes may break out here and there around 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning. As you can see across northern Worcester County, near or just under 30 degrees there, while it's almost near 40 in the Cape. So no worries from Boston south. This should be primarily rain, maybe a few wet snowflakes mixed in. The accumulating snow will be across northern Worcester County, on up through central New Hampshire and in western Maine. So at midday tomorrow, still a few showers around, lower 40s, so not anything to worry about in terms of shoveling here, but there will be plowable snow amounts way up north. During the afternoon, it starts to clear out, at least becomes partly sunny, southeastern Massachusetts, lower 40s there, and then it starts to cool off tomorrow night. So how much snow do we get out of this? Nothing more than a coating, maybe up to an inch or two, especially across northwestern Middlesex County or northern Worcester County, then building up to 3 to 6 inches across the Lakes region, Jackpot area B, portions of southern Maine where more than 6 inches will fall. It'll clear out tomorrow evening, down to 25, and then up to 37 on Sunday, a mix of cloudiness and limited sunshine. So there goes the storm. It's moving out. It's not going to be a big storm, has no potential of forming into one. The snow will linger into tomorrow evening across the northern ski resorts. Good news for the skiers and the snowboarders for fresh snow there this weekend. Then we get this Arctic cold front coming on down, producing more snow showers in the mountains on Sunday afternoon. And we may have one here on Monday morning as the front comes through here. That'll pass on through. Then the cold air is going to whip in behind that. So the slopes forecast, if you're going up there for this holiday weekend, snow up there tomorrow in the low 30s. Some snow flurries on both Sunday and Monday in the upper 20s, going down to 20 there on Monday. And look at my 7-day after the forecast. It's probably only going to be near 20 for a high on Tuesday as the Arctic air returns from Canada. We'll have quite a bit of sunshine and a cold wind, fair but frigid on Wednesday. We could have a few inches of fluffy snow in southern New England on Thursday and still cold the end of next week, and even colder than that the following weekend. So we're not done with winter yet. I'll see you tonight at 11 o'clock.
Clearly not. All right, Barry, thank you. So anyone heading out to Denver is going to feel like they've moved into summer.
Yeah, they've got some really warm temperatures out there. Steve Burton has been enjoying himself, and let's get the latest now from Colorado. Steve.
Hi, Jack and Lisa. Thank you very much. The Patriots are in the air on the way to this mile-high city as we speak. It's not a short flight. I'll tell you this, though, it'll be a whole lot shorter and more enjoyable if they win. To wrap this thing up, before they left, they had practice in Foxborough. Levan Reid has that side of the story.
Tom Brady and the Pats had one final practice in Foxborough this morning before leaving for Denver. Their game plan is set, but the Pats QB says they still have to be flexible.
I mean, everyone has a idea of what you want to do on Friday before the game, and then Sunday midway through the first quarter, and all of that stuff may be thrown right out the window, and you may be on to something else.
On the defensive side of the ball, can't see that game plan changing much. They are zeroed in on stopping Peyton Manning.
He's a guy that if you let him sit back there, he could pick your defense apart. So and that'd be my job to make him feel comfortable.
With Tom Brady being sick on Wednesday, Bill Belichick was asked if he was worried there could be some kind of bug going around the team.
Yeah, again, we'll do all we can on that. I don't know. I mean, I can't see the germs. If I could, we'd stamp them out.
And what Bill Belichick and the Pats are hoping to do in Denver is stamping out the Broncos' Super Bowl dreams. On the Patriots, I'm Levan Reid, WBZ Sports.
All right, Levan, thank you very much. And Dan, what's joins me now? The X Factor.
Yeah, when it comes to the Broncos, Steve, one of the X factors from the Patriots side of things is the Patriots running game. In particular, LeGarrette Blount and company, who has taken the Pats running game to a whole new level. And off to Blount. In the past month, LeGarrette Blount has had what many NFL running backs would consider a good season. In 3 games, Blount has rushed for 431 yards and 8 touchdowns, and the Broncos are well aware of him.
He has a lot of speed for a guy his size, and people underestimate that. They think he's a bruiser, but when he gets in open field, he can make DBs miss and run away from him. So we'll just have the gang tackle and all.
When the Broncos met the Pats in November, Tom Brady threw the ball 50 times for 3 touchdowns, while Blount carried the ball just twice.
It ain't always about passing, especially in the playoffs. Man. Sometimes you gotta get it done on the ground, and that's pretty much what they did. They got a great quarterback, and I'm sure he can throw some touchdowns. We just plan on him not getting it done this week.
And while it's true the Pats have been running the ball great, Denver knows about a certain number 12 on the Patriots side as well.
Would it surprise you to see Brady come out and start throwing the ball?
No, it won't surprise me because San Diego had some success at the end of the game doing that, and they had success when they came back on us week 12. So, but you know, the playoffs is about running the ball and controlling the clock, and they'll come out and try to do that, and you know, we'll do our best to stop that and force them, you know, throw the ball.
Well, I don't think the Patriots would mind if they were forced to throw the ball because of a certain Hall of Fame quarterback.
You think?
Number 12, so we shall see come Sunday.
Throw it, run it, doesn't matter, as long as they come back with a win, right?
Exactly.
All right, we got it all covered for you. Be sure to catch a special playoff edition of Patriots All Access tomorrow night at 7, live from Denver on WBZ. And WBZ has it all on Sunday, starting with a special 90-minute edition of Patriots Game Day at 11:30. Pats and Broncos kick off at 3, followed by the 5th quarter post-game show. And over in Celtic Nation, Rajon Rondo due to make his debut tonight at the Garden against the Lakers. That is the story here in Mile High City. Jack and Lisa, back to you.
All right, Steve, thanks.
Coming up next, the power of books. How that's motivating kids in an elementary school here to stage a protest.
Tonight, the son's quest for revenge could cost him everything. If Jino did what you said he did, I would have been the first one to book him. New Hawaii 5-0.
Got a Marine who beat up his wife and kidnapped his own son.
How long were you in Iraq?
It's a long flight, okay? You okay?
I'm here to help you, John.
It's time to come home, man. New Blue Bloods after Hawaii 5-0 tonight. At this year's auto show, GMC has one incredible idea after another. Our most advanced Sierra ever, the versatile terrain, and our latest really big idea, the all-new Yukon. From show to showroom, this is professional grade. Current GM owners use your auto show bonus cash and trade up to this specially equipped 2014 Sierra SLE for a total value of $57.50.
Occasionally you ask yourself, how did I get here? Here, terrified and delighted for exactly the 9th time today. Was it just hard work or smart choices? Like choosing Rite Aid for new senior benefits from Wellness 65 Plus, with points for every prescription, even Medicare, that earns seniors up to 20% off the whole store, fast, to keep you here. Now that you've actually gotten here, enroll free in Wellness 65 Plus today.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen. Radar, forever providing safer journeys. The Mazda 6 uses radar in its available class-exclusive suite of 7 safety features for greater confidence behind the wheel. Introducing the Mazda 6. What do you drive? Now, get the 2014 Mazda 6 with Skyactiv technology for 0.9% APR for 60 months.
Are you ready for the biggest deal of the season? Our entire lineup of furniture now available with
0% financing for 60 months. Or get a playoff bonus. We'll pay your tax and we'll pay for your delivery. But don't sit on the bench. It all ends Monday night. Don't miss the deal of the season, only at Bernie and Phil's Furniture.
Thank you for coming.
First question. Which of you is the most fuel-efficient luxury hybrid in America? Lincoln. So do either of you have a starting price exactly the same as your gas model?
Hey, we're not finished.
When you're looking for a luxury hybrid, make sure you ask the right questions. Visit your Lincoln showroom for the 2014 MKZ Hybrid, the most fuel-efficient luxury hybrid in America.
President Obama is now ordering the NSA to change the way it does business. The NSA will still collect phone records from Americans, but now it needs a judge's approval to access them. The president also called on the NSA to stop spying on friendly international leaders. The NSA's surveillance program was exposed 7 months ago by former analyst Edward Snowden.
Dozens of children marched through the streets of Boston today, all in an effort to bring books to their community. The group of small fries has a petition with more than 1,000 signatures asking for a public library in the city's Chinatown neighborhood. It is Boston's only area without a library outpost. Councilwoman Michelle Wu accepted the letter and invited those kids back to City Hall to discuss the matter more.
Well, the man now heading up Boston Police made it official today. Mayor Marty Walsh swore in William Evans as the city's police commissioner. Evans is 55 years old. He grew up in South Boston, and he now heads up officially the 20th largest law enforcement agency in the country. Evans is promising to promote diversity within the department.
We'll be right back.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Wachusett Mountain. Mountain fun, minutes away. Click WachusettMountain.com.
You're tough. You're rugged. You're a New Englander. You know how to handle winter. And so do we. Eric Fisher and the WBZ Accuweather team breaking down the storms with our new ice scale.
That gives us severe impact.
Taking you out into the elements with the only mobile land.
This is where we're going to be seeing most of the snow stack up.
On TV, the radio, online, and on your cell. When winter's at its worst, we're here for you. WBZ Accuweather, your eye on winter storms.
All programs, vests, ponchos, jackets, and shawls are at closeout prices. If you see something you like, tell us what you'll pay and let's make a deal. This weekend, Friday the 17th through Monday the 20th, only at Copley Marriott downtown Boston. Hey, hey, baby, you're the one that I love. Hey, hey, baby, you're the one that I'm always thinking of. I'm always thinking. Introducing the all-new 2014 Subaru XV Crosstrek Hybrid, the most fuel-efficient all-wheel drive hybrid crossover in America. Well-equipped for only $25,995.
One ticket, 500 rides. The New England Auto Show, presented by Amica Insurance in the Boston Globe, January 16th through the 20th at the Boston Convention Center. Learn more at bostonautoshow.com.
It's back by popular demand. 0% interest for 4 full years this weekend only at Barron's Major Brands. Buy all the top quality brands from New England's best appliance store and get 0% interest till 2018. But it's for a limited time only. 0%, 4 years with no money down. That's 0% interest till 2018. But a word of caution. This offer is 4 days only, ends Monday, and it's only at Barron's Major Brands.
It's the Call of the Wild at the 2014 Boston RV and Camping Expo, January 18th through the 20th at the Boston Convention Center. Shop 3 football fields of RVs and get the best prices from New England's top dealers. Visit BostonRVExpo.com.
Dodge Charger has 300 horsepower and class-leading all-wheel drive highway fuel economy. Dodge Journey is America's most versatile midsize crossover. And Dodge Durango delivers best-in-class standard power and towing. Behind the wheel of any of them, you'll own the road. And with available all-wheel drive, you'll be able to hold on to it.
Get a low mileage lease on the new 2014 Dodge Durango SXT all-wheel drive for $329 a month for well-qualified lessees.
IJ Fox and Clapper's end-of-season clearance sale is going on this weekend, Friday the 17th through Monday the 20th. Gorgeous mink, lynx, sable, fox, and more. They all gotta go. Up to 80% off retail at Copley Marriott downtown Boston.
Sounds like it's going to be a perfect weekend to be inside watching football.
That I'm sure a lot of people will be doing. On Sunday, it'll be just fine for that, and just fine for tomorrow if you want to go up north and get some fresh tracks and some fresh snow up there as it snows in the ski areas. But down here, mainly rain, except northern Massachusetts and the Worcester County area may have an inch or two. Then look how cold it gets next week. Just the beginning of a lot of cold air ready to come out of Canada all over again.
Think it's going to stick around for a while?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Barry.
Well, let's hope the Patriots do win, because that makes us feel really a lot better with the cold weather. There's a little more incentive. That does it for us. Have a great weekend.
We'll see you tonight at 11.